Chill. We're here. It is the third match of the day, and it's already fantasy time because in the top right, look at that! Fruit Dealer, he's real. He's wishing his opponent luck. He is not a myth. He is not a spirit of StarCraft knowledge. He is a warm-blooded person with fingers typing away. He is in the top right as the Blue Zerg from Team TSL. That is not to be confused with Team Liquid Starling. TSL stands for Team SCV Life. Let the lulls ensue. In the bottom left, we have the Red Terran Prae.ThorZaIN getting pumped up. I almost can't quite believe this is happening.
You know, I'm running through this in my mind, Day, and I like game number 1 being here on Xel'Naga Caverns for ThorZaIN. Of course, I want the foreigners to take it to the Koreans. Maybe not necessarily win. I won't go there. Got to stay impartial. But I want to see a good game. And I feel like this map, very easy for a Terran player if he doesn't, get too far behind in the early game. It's not the biggest of maps. Not that many paths to run around. It would be very easy for ThorZaIN to constrict space, get control of his gold base, slowly push through the middle, and have a very good chance at taking out Fruit Dealer. And I think that's what everyone wants to see here in the viewership of the TSL number 3. They want to see these foreigners take it to the Korean players.
Absolutely. 100% of people rooting against Fruit Dealer right now. No favorite other than ThorZaIN at this point in time. We do see 2 barracks going down right now. It looks like he's going to be opening up a little bit aggressively. Fruit Dealer is going to be going for that 15 hatch. Look at that nice Overlord spread. The Overlord on the left, poking at every single place where there could be cheese. Look at the split up of the drone and the Overlord. These are all common places for 2 barracks to be hidden, and especially this one Overlord at the left. Look at this, Chill. Already queued up to bounce back to the center. This is very, very well thought out placement, and there he is pulling back to the center. That scout drone about to arrive and find out that the pressure is going to be starting right off the get-go.
Yes, meanwhile, Fruit Dealer has that spawning pool down. Hasn't taken an extractor yet. Going to go up to 16 supply. Now making an Overlord. Still no extractor on the way. So this may be the new style that people are finding works with Zerg. Not rushing to get that Zergling speed, which a lot of people have said is very, very important. Now putting that extractor down at 18 supply. Dropping him down to 16. ThorZaIN being a little bit ballsy here. Pushing out with an SCV and a Marine.
But we do see that spawning pool is only about 85% done. It looks like he's going to build a distance bunker. Very, very nice common technique that allows you to draw drones, pull them back, and it looks like he will not be able to pick off a drone quite yet. But ThorZaIN having some very good control. This is what we call free damage. He doesn't even have to kill anything. He just has to prevent those drones from mining. And there's the distance bunker going down now from ThorZaIN, and a spine crawler from Fruit Dealer, and only 1 queen.
Wow, Marine's getting a lot of damage here. Even lost mining time. Now it's equal to the number of drones. Looks like a little bit of a flank here with the drones. 2 drones going down. ThorZaIN needs to get back to this bunker. Trying to do a little bit of dancing micro. Looks like he's got to get these 2 more Marines in his control, in his possession. Dancing around. The bunker is complete, but there's no Marines available to get in. He's trying to get this 1 Marine over to that bunker, making a dash for the bunker. Gets completely isolated and taken out by the Zerglings. And that bunker needs to be salvaged, unfortunately. The rush has been stopped. The spine crawler completes. Production tab showing only drones coming from Fruit Dealer and an expansion command center coming up from ThorZaIN. So the 2-rack pressure is over, but did accomplish what he wanted to do. Takes the pressure off of ThorZaIN while he gets a free expansion up and deals a little bit of economic damage.
We do see the scout bunker from ThorZaIN still managing to stay alive at the front. And I say that half jokingly, that bunker actually does give a little bit of scouting information, so that's quite good for ThorZaIN. There's 2 big transitions that we're seeing a lot of Terran players do at this point in time. One is to add 2 more barracks, go for the 4 racks with the combat shield and stim play. The other is a little bit more modern. You get 2 factories. One of them gets that blue flame upgrade, and you continue to put pressure on the Zerg opponent. If we look around in Zerg land, I really do love a big blue flame Hellion play at this point because of the fact that we're seeing Fruit Dealer spread out wide open, relying pretty much just on speed Zerglings. But ooh, wow, ThorZaIN getting bold, moving forward with 7 Marines.
Yeah, I like this. ThorZaIN has a complete wall off. He was rallied out, but he saw those Marines come in and immediately pulled off. Looks like he's moving forward, trying to target the Queen. The Queen gets back on creep and gets out of there, but the Overlord is under attack from the Marines. The Overlord does indeed get taken out. Queen coming back. She's got to be careful, and a lot of Zerglings on the way for Fruit Dealer, but that Zergling speed metabolic boost is not complete at about 90% there, and the Marines just sitting back causing, free damage yet again. He's getting in behind Fruit Dealer unable to mine. Now he's getting annoyingly shot by the Marines in the hatchery. Zerglings trying to flank around, but they do not want to commit to attacking these Marines until they have the Zergling speed, which they now have.
And, I mean, this is the one real disappointment about ThorZaIN. Oh my god, he gets the queen! Unbelievable blunder by Fruit Dealer. That was bad. That was really bad. This is the one issue with having these 7 Marines here for ThorZaIN. They have to do a lot of damage because they are guaranteed to be dead. But Fruit Dealer looks like he is just not dealing with them. Running the Zerglings to the expansion. No, there's a complete wall off there. Nothing there that can possibly take it down. Some Zerglings do end up doing the surround. There's the eye poke from the Spine Crawler. Marines managed to do a ton of damage. Clear advantage at this point to ThorZaIN.
And Day, look at the production tab. See the nice laundry list that ThorZaIN has going there? He's got the Infernal Pre-Igniter, the Stim Pack. Meanwhile, Fruit Dealer has 5 Banelings and 14 Zerglings. So, looks like kind of a reversal of fortunes. We're going to see him try to break down the wall and go for it. And here he goes, moving in with the 5 Banelings. Going to take out that Supply Depot and Tech Lab, but... It looks like he does indeed get through. Looks like there's 2 Hellions in there trying to take out the Marines. Good micro by ThorZaIN. Looks like he's going to live through this. Actually, very handily, he's going to live through this. Big advantage to ThorZaIN in the early game here.
And it looks like that Supply Depot did fall. ThorZaIN doing the re-wall. That means that there is not going to be any stim coming down soon. But you know what? ThorZaIN does not need stim at this point in time. Look at the expansion from Fruit Dealer. Nothing mining there. Look at the main now getting a Roach Warren. And there's the money scam. The main sees everything. I am so sorry, Fruit Dealer. Welcome to the foreigner's scene, my friend.
And here comes Baneling Bus number 2. Going to take out that Tech Lab, but there's Depot number 2 in the back, and he just drops another Tech Lab, and the Zerglings are forced to run on home. Wow, ThorZaIN doing really well. Supply showing 66 for the Terran player, 47 for the Zerg player as he transitions over to Roaches.
I mean, similar to bunkers, Tech Labs are free. So that does mean that ThorZaIN is just going to be able to plant them down in an endless, happy, smiley banana grin. We do see that there are more Marines, more of those Hellions popping down right now. Very smart play by ThorZaIN. Look at that, already beginning to get those Marauders, as he did get that incredibly, incredibly potent scan. Fruit Dealer knows that now it's time to back off on the all-in and go for all-out economy, so he is devoting all those Zerglings to picking off that gold rock center. But now there are 7 Hellions moving to the middle of the map, and they have incredibly blue flame.
You know, the problem for Fruit Dealer here is he has that Roach Warren up, but he doesn't have any Roaches and no Roaches in production, actually. So, you know, really going to be difficult for him to deal with these Blue Flame Hellions. Even if they sacrifice himself, run in, and trade Blue Flame Hellions for drones, that would be a nice move for ThorZaIN, but looks like he just wants to keep him alive for map control. ThorZaIN, meanwhile, putting down another barracks at his back door, doesn't want any sort of Banelings to roll on through there and take out his SCVs. That's an easy way to lose a huge advantage. Now the Roaches are out for Fruit Dealer. He's moved towards Lair. He's kind of stabilized his economy as he's at 35 Harvesters, but that's nothing compared to the 1,500 resources that ThorZaIN's bringing. No, not 1,500 SCVs. He's actually got 54 SCVs. And look at this wall across Europe that ThorZaIN is building there. That's beautiful.
Seriously, like, this is the sort of thing that doesn't make intuitive sense when you have that much space. This is like whoever sat down and said, no, we'll just go ahead and build the Great Wall of China. It's just a few thousand miles long. It's not a big deal. It's exactly what ThorZaIN's logic is. He will wall off the front. He has all those vital tech structures at the front, but I really think that this is the smart play, because the only way that Fruit Dealer can really pop back into the game is with some sort of goofy all-in, and here he is moving out with a lot of Marines, with a lot of Hellions, has a good lockdown on space. ThorZaIN performing brilliantly.
You know, I wouldn't mind seeing ThorZaIN actually drop another factory and really rely on those siege tanks and Marines, now poking in with the Hellions, and looks like he wants to attack here. Moving forward, he's stimming 1 Marine to scout for the gold base. He's going to run right by and see that. Meanwhile, poking in with his infantry, the Roaches forced to retreat. Meanwhile, a lot of flanking and scouting going on for the Blue Flame Hellions. Now they're going to reunite at the gold base, and I think Fruit Dealer just has to give this up. Yes, he cancels it immediately, and that's another checkbox that's filled in for ThorZaIN.
I love how patient ThorZaIN is being, poking forward. Well, as we see right here, very willing to pull back, really pulling Fruit Dealer outside of his base, just waltzing away as he picks off more and more Zerglings. ThorZaIN not even going to engage, just incredible patience. We see that the speed upgrade is not done yet, so we see ThorZaIN neglecting to do a stim, which is a very smart move right now, pulling back to the Great Wall of ThorZaIN at the front of his base, and we see Siege Tanks there to greet, and Fruit Dealer again denied a chance to do damage.
Yeah, and that's the worst feeling as a Zerg player. You don't have Roach speed, you walk all the way across the map off creep, and you get there and there's 2 Siege Tanks, and you gotta go all the way home. Just so much wasted time and wasted potential there. Fruit Dealer has a lot of Roaches out here, actually. What is that? 8, 16, 19 Roaches sitting out there. Meanwhile, ThorZaIN being very aggressive and very active with these Hellions, still trying to focus down that Queen, actually. Stealing a little bit of damage, scouting around. Looks like he's going to get picked off.
Right. Medevac drop in the main, manages to do a little bit of damage to the Overlord, but now we see him darting right on up. It looks like he will be able to pick off a little bit of those workers, and now going to target fire the spawning pool directly. We do see it's at half health, but here comes in all the rest of the units. ThorZaIN kills the Queen, picks up, says hello to all the units that cannot shoot up. I'm amazed at ThorZaIN's ability to put on pressure, but most importantly, his willingness to always pull back. He's made so few mistakes. 99% of players would have had big eyes and tried to suicide Hellions to do damage, not ThorZaIN. Doing little, tiny, guaranteed bits of chipping damage, and it is doing wonders to pull him farther into the lead.
And Fruit Dealer not having that Spire up means that the Medevac gets free reign, just has to avoid the Queen, so he's able to drop around, he's able to fly right over those Roaches and just be ridiculously annoying. And look at the amount of red moving through the middle of the map as he goes to take out the Destructible Rock. Meanwhile, his drop is going to fly back up. No, he's going to fly around, and this is insane. ThorZaIN pulling Fruit Dealer around like he's a puppet on a string, and now he's going to be able to move all these Siege Tanks up to the Xel'Naga, control the western edge, and going to be able to shut down this third hatchery.
Just amazing play, and there's the drop at the top. The drop is going to get picked off, but at what cost? Fruit Dealer losing an enormous amount of momentum with that gold expansion being lost. ThorZaIN doesn't even lose everything, and that Medevac manages to pick it up, is pulling back right now. The gold expo is down. ThorZaIN absolutely dominating his expansion command center, almost done. Fruit Dealer needs to get the perfect crunch of Banelings. He needs to get lucky because ThorZaIN is so far ahead at this point.
Yeah, and looks like he wants to go for the counterattack, bringing his speed Roaches down to pick off reinforcements. Going to try to run through this wall. The Great Wall is down. The Great Wall is down as the Roaches run right through, able to get free access into the main base, but ThorZaIN continuing to attack forward. No, looks like he's going to pull forward, leave some Siege Tanks unsieged, and this is going to deal a lot of damage, actually, with the Roaches able to cut off reinforcements. The majority of the Marines filtering in, but looks like he just has enough Marines to take out the majority of these Roaches.
This is an incredibly smart play by Fruit Dealer, but unfortunately ThorZaIN responds amazingly using the tank to clog that hole. Those Roaches are stuck, guaranteed to be dead, and ThorZaIN at the same time didn't even give up the Xel'Naga watchtower on the left flank. So now that this attack is finally wrapped up, we are going to see that ThorZaIN will be able to retake the gold, regain momentum, and Fruit Dealer again taking some big risks by grabbing those 2 side expansions and the Burrowed Banelings in the middle. ThorZaIN is very close. This could be a huge hit, and oh no, the SCV's taking a huge amount of damage as well. Fruit Dealer just begging those units to plop right on top, and there it is!
Oh god! Big hit there on ThorZaIN from Fruit Dealer. Meanwhile, the supply's 84 for our Zerg player and 121 for our Terran player as ThorZaIN sets up in the middle of the map, dropping two mules there on the gold base and gonna turn that command center into a planetary. I've got to imagine ThorZaIN putting his iron grip around Fruit Dealer's neck and saying, yes, I can, as he begins to push yet again through the middle of the base. Fruit Dealer unable to take that gold base. He's forced to take the western edge and the eastern edge. I'm not sure if ThorZaIN is aware of that, putting his vision up. It looks like he's unaware of both, but a drop flying right into the 3 o'clock. Big amount of Zerglings flanking around. Again, getting shut down by ThorZaIN as he drops to the eastern side, shutting down the 3 o'clock. The drone's forced to burrow, but scan going off, and all these drones going to get taken out, as well as the base, as the Queen can only watch.
ThorZaIN just still maintaining absolute control despite counterattacks, despite amazing unburrow play by those Banelings of Fruit Dealer. Fruit Dealer just in an absolutely atrocious position right from moment 1. ThorZaIN has been in control, and it is actually so hard to not let that up for a moment, and there finally a little momentum regained by Fruit Dealer as he does pick off that Medevac.
Yeah, so he's got the mutas out to finally do some harassment, taking a look in the main base of ThorZaIN, 2 turrets up, a third one coming. He's actually got the siege tank at the back rocks, which is extremely safe. Why not, when you're ahead, be more safe? And looks like one of the turrets at the gold base going to be taken off before ThorZaIN stims and runs in to drive those mutalisks away. And what can Fruit Dealer do at this point? He's got his third base up, but it's not really mining there. It's struggling a little bit with 5 drones. Looks like the Mutalist able to take out this barracks at the back door, so we'll get a little bit of bounce damage on the Marines, not even going to take out the barracks, but ThorZaIN is just looking large and in charge.
And we even see that the Scout Command Center of ThorZaIN did successfully spot the left expo. So now Fruit Dealer is planting down those Burrow Banelings right outside the front, just hoping again for another money shot on those Marines. And it looks like these Mutalisks from Fruit Dealer are going to have to do absolute wonders. ThorZaIN has to be careful. Doesn't want to lose his lead. He has a lot of tanks and not that many Marines. If he loses too many Marines, those Mutalisks could clean up.
Mutalist doing well to pick off reinforcements, taking out 1 tank, 2 tanks. Third one, no, Fruit Dealer needs to keep him alive. And there's actually a Thor back there, dealing a ton of damage to the grouped up Mutalists. We can see they're all in the orange or the red, Burrow Banelings leading all the way up to the western expansion. As those Mutalists are forced to run away, scan going on, ThorZaIN playing extremely safe. Can he see those Banelings? I believe he cannot. No, he cannot, and he's moving forward right over the Banelings!
No! And he gets a good shot off, but it is not going to be enough. More Banelings rolling in from behind, and he manages to still keep them alive. Fruit Dealer now swinging around to the backside. And look at the backside of ThorZaIN. Huge amount of units.
Oh my god!
The command center that is morphing into a planetary fortress will get picked off, but the counterattack gets completely shut down. ThorZaIN, the boa constrictor Terran, just slowly squeezing options out of Fruit Dealer. Looks like there's an overlord suiciding its way into the natural. Fruit Dealer is just playing as well as he can, but ThorZaIN just has too many answers.
Yeah, and he's always one step ahead. I mean, what do you do when you go to attack and your opponent is already sieged waiting for you? Not a whole lot. We've got some Banelings and Lings trying to move in. The tanks are not sieged. ThorZaIN in a full retreat trying to get away. Oh my god. Banelings wasted it on the tanks. And this is a huge disparity in the supplies here. 157 to 113. ThorZaIN beginning to roll into the eastern side, throwing up his vision. Yes, indeed, he is aware of that third base, sieging up, playing it safe, stimming in with just a small amount of units. And Fruit Dealer forced to counterattack yet again.
And it looks like ThorZaIN might be able to take out the Korean GSL champ, the man who first defied the imbalance of this matchup. But my god, ThorZaIN is making it look so hard to be a solid Terran player. The Great Wall of ThorZaIN's left side still holds strong. The Thor with the +2 upgrades doing so well against those Mutalisks. The third base gone from Fruit Dealer. Fruit Dealer has only his natural expansion mining, and look at it, hardly has any drones left there. The Mutalisks from Fruit Dealer trying to do as best as he can, but there are just too many units from ThorZaIN. Fruit Dealer with an amazing sense of where he can counterattack, but it still just doesn't matter.
Oh, I can't even talk because I'm just in awe watching what ThorZaIN's doing. He's one step ahead, always. Even when he gave up his main base, he lifted that orbital command, got it out, and there's the GG! Fruit Dealer calls GG. ThorZaIN takes down game number 1.
My god, if ThorZaIN can manage to win game number 2, that means that so many players' brackets will be ruined.
Yeah.
ThorZaIN performing the unthinkable, not just defeating Fruit Dealer, but maintaining an absolute stranglehold on every attempt. I mean, Fruit Dealer, I mean, I think it's an amazing example of how strong of a player Fruit Dealer really is because of how long he was able to hold on, how much he was able to battle in, the incredible decisions that he made. But still, ThorZaIN just kept poking and moving around the map. At every attack, there were just a few units poking and prodding at the other expansions, making certain that Fruit Dealer was not going to be able to regain any lead at any point.
Oh my god, Day, I'm so excited. Seriously, like, it takes me a little bit to get going, but this is incredible. And I know if, like, I'm a huge ThorZaIN fanboy right now. I was a little bit before because he seems like a nice guy. He seems like polite in his interviews. I don't know too much about him, but I like his style. But now, like, I'm like giddy, like a little schoolgirl. Like, come on, ThorZaIN!
I know, I'm so pumped.
if he's able to take out Fruit Dealer, you know there's going to be a laundry list of people in the forums who are like posting like, no, I knew he could do it. I knew he would do it. So I'm giving a shout out to those guys preemptively.
I know, huge props to both these players. I mean, don't think that for a moment we are Fruit Dealer bashers, but for the time being, I just would like to reiterate that this is a momentous opportunity for ThorZaIN to demonstrate that the foreigners can compete with these Korean pros. Very, very exciting potential game 2 coming up right now. The map is going to be Terminus RE, large map. I would put the favor in Fruit Dealers just a little bit, but because of how incredibly he is able to swing forward with strong economy.
Yes, I agree, and I'd like to see ThorZaIN either take it to mech, as you've said, or put a little bit of pressure, as he did game 1, wall off that front entrance with the 3 barracks, and get a siege lane behind there, take his 3 free bases, and then move out with a nicely controlled Marine tank army. That's what I'd like to see out of the Terran player. Zerg player needs to get his 3 bases very quickly, regain control with either some sort of roach play, drop play, or mutalisks, and expand outward and take map control away from Terran, because Terran is going to have that one beefy, strong push that Zerg needs to have picked at and prodded at, or else he's not going to be able to beat it heads up.
Well, let's find out after this short break. Whatever you do, do not go anywhere, because we're going into Game 2 of the 3rd match of Day 1 here at the Team Liquid Star League number 3. It is the chance for ThorZaIN to knock out the Korean, or for Fruit Dealer to make a comeback to stay alive in this match. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.